Hello and welcome to a product review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Zoom H1. Shall I do that again? Probably not very good, was it? Hello and welcome to a product review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Zoom H1, which is a handheld audio recorder, and hopefully it's going to help me solve my little problem of sound on the GoPro. I've got the rig for my scooter, onto which I'm going to be having my Zoom, which has a 1/4" 20 thread on the back of it, onto which I'm going to put this device, which has a cold shoe mount on the bottom, and that's going to fit onto the rig, which will attach to my scooter, onto which we have the quick release plate and then the gimbal on top of that. Basically what it will allow me to do is allow me to use my Rode mic, external mic, which also has a cold shoe mount. In fact, it's the same device as the other one that I showed you. This obviously is going to connect into the Zoom. Now obviously then when you've done all that and you've got the good recording, the good audio, then in your software package, then you have to match them up. And my idea was, rather than thinking about clapping, I was thinking about one of those clickers that you have for training dogs, that you could click it and it would help you to locate the join point from the GoPro audio, and also basically synchronize the audio from the Zoom. So let's have a look at the contents. I haven't actually opened this, so I don't know exactly what's inside. I know that there are lots of reviews on YouTube, and some of them are quite interesting and some of them are fairly straightforward. There is the tagline, "We're for creators," so creators of audio or whatever really, isn't it? So inside we have the cardboard box with the Zoom inside of it, and then also in the packet we have there's a little instruction manual. Oh, why is everything so difficult sometimes? Now they do provide you with a 2 GB SD card. I have actually purchased a 32 gig SD card, and it's the micro SD type of card you need to get. So the maximum you can use with this is 32 gig. And there's loads of leaflets here, instructions and things to do and things not to do, and then at the very back there's a sort of a manual which folds out. Yeah, but you know, as I'm a bloke, I don't need to read that. Now it does run off of one AA battery, and they do provide you with an AA. I can't guarantee the quality of the AA. Oh, it's a Maxell, which is a good make. However, it's not a Duracell, so I don't know. And what I might look into doing is having a rechargeable battery that you could charge up on the go, as it were, because this will last for 8 to 10 hours. However, what do you do if you're out one day and then the next day the battery will run out? So it's quite difficult to know what you do, apart from carry spares, and they can be quite expensive, the high quality ones. In the plastic wrapping there we have the actual Zoom itself, And as always, they wrap them up really well. Although they have put some of these blue tags on, which make it easier to undo the plastic wrapping, which is quite nice. We can slide it out, and on first feel it's very, very light, and it's quite nice in the hand. The microphones, there's two microphones. This is called the XY because of the angle that they're at. They're actually, this is X shape, but sometimes they can flip out to the Y shape, so that's why they're called XY. Obviously internal microphones there. We don't know the quality of this, but if you go and look at the videos on YouTube, you'll see that some people have used it. My aim is to use the external microphone in this socket over here. So I won't be using, very rarely will be using the internal microphone there. So the external microphone is the one I'm aiming to use. There's a whole bunch of controls down the side, and a very big on-off button, record button on the front, which is quite handy because when you've screwed in, there's a 1/4-20 mount on the back there. Bearing in mind that this is plastic, and by all accounts not very good plastic apparently, according to the reviews. I have yet to see that because obviously I've only just got it. You have to be very careful when you're screwing in the adapter there into the back of the thing. So we'll come to that later anyway. On the very back, apart from the 1/4-20, I'm going to put my glasses on because I can't actually see it. There are 3 switches. There's a low cut, there's the auto level, and then there's the record format. And you can record in WAV or WAV, and you can record in MP3. Now, if you're able to, then WAV is obviously the higher quality recording output that you can have. If you're pushed for quality, then you can obviously go for MP3. Now, some recommendations state that you should put the auto level to off, because then you have more control over it via the volume switches, the input level toggle switch, which obviously gives you some control, and there is some visual representation on the small LCD screen on the front of it there, so you can get an idea of what the volume levels are. So it's a really, really good device. It's quite small, it fits into the hand as you can see, but obviously this is going to be onto my concoction and on my scooter, and it will be there. I will be able to just whip it off and put it back on because of the cold shoe mount on that device there. So I think what we'll do is we'll get it all set up, we'll get the battery in, and then we'll do some recording with it. Well, here we are then. So we have the microphone connected to the 3.5 jack. So really all it takes is to turn the thing on. Obviously I would normally have this on a tripod, so I'm going to try and rest it so that it doesn't bang on the table, and then when we're recording the sound, then you'll get a fair representation of what it's like. So just turn that on. Okay, and then we've got it on, it's on input of 52 at the moment, so we'll test it like that and see what happens. So let's press record, and then I'll just start talking normally, and we've obviously got the GoPro recording sound, and then this is recording sound, and then we'll see what it sounds like. Sounds like that's good, very good. Yes, while I'm doing that, I'll just talk about. I had to have a read of the manual. I'm afraid. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to let the side down, but yes, I really couldn't understand how to do things on it. The buttons themselves are not very good as far as my fingers are concerned. It might be okay for more able people, but for me they were very wishy-washy. You sort of pressed them and it wasn't clear whether they were being pressed or not, and I don't particularly like them too much, but yeah, hey, I'm not going to have to press them that often. The main button on top, which is the record button, is quite large, and it's also very visible as well, so it's quite easy to see and press. So the record, start and stop. Now the on off button is a bit weird because it's not like a button that you press. So the on off switch is a bit weird, where you have to slide it along and hold it for about a second, and then it turns on with a message saying hello and how are you and let's go on a date. No, it doesn't say that. But overall, it's the only button that I'm going to have to worry about is that one, plus the on off button, and the rest of them really I'm not going to use very much. Now there is a USB connector on it, which allows you to download the files to your computer. You can also use it as a computer microphone as well if you want to. So it's additional microphone for your applications, so you can input your voice into, say, if you've got Audacity, for example, you could use that. It does actually come with some free software. I think they're only trial versions, or they're cut down versions, but you have to download them, which you could do, but I don't need to do that. I use the Audacity, the free software. It's available and it's pretty good. I mean, it does a lot, but it's got a lot of functions that you'll probably never use unless you're that way inclined. At the moment we're recording onto the Zoom, and the level is set to around about 52, halfway, and I'm talking probably about 6 to 8 inches away from the microphone, which is on my desk. Obviously the microphone is on its side, slightly on its side, because it basically will not stand up on its own. So I'm hoping that the sound quality is going to be quite good. We won't know that until I edit the video. To conclude, I think it's going to do the job quite well. However, because I've watched the other videos, I know the outcome of this, so I'm just hoping that the quality is going to be quite good, and according to the reviews I've seen, the quality is quite good. I'm using WAV format, so I may have trouble trying to import that into my editor, because I use Sony Vegas, and I don't think that likes WAV. I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay, so what I've done is I've had a quick listen to the audio from the Zoom, and it was quite low. So I'm doing another test now with it up to 80. But it seems to be having a problem with 80. So we're probably going to have to adjust it again, because the clipping light has come on. It's on all the time, so I presume it's too loud. So let me just see if I can adjust the volume on the input. So we've got that's down to 68, but the actually it's not a clipping light, it's a record light. Maybe I should put my glasses on and see if that will help. So yeah, if I talk normally, it will go up plus 12 dB. I think that's plus 12. I really need some new glasses, I think, because I can't really see. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it like that because I think that's about 68, 70, 70 out of 100. So, should be fairly okay. I will, of course, have a listen to it before I put it on the video. So you might never see it. Okay. But it looks like we're able to record with my Rode mic again. Okay, so we're on to the scooter now. And we're on to the external microphone, the Rode mic. Recording onto the H1 zoom. And the GoPro sound, which we'll try and match up. It's taking a ride down this road. But it is, and it's going to be about 4 weeks. So the bracket itself will have the microphone and the zoom. Okay, so the gimbal test seems to be stable. It hasn't sort of loosened off a little bit. So we have the microphone, the external microphone. Hang on, let's turn that a bit. It's gone round to the maximum. That's why I really like the Fayutech. The Fayutech is really good for control, and it's actually shorter than this one. This is the Z1, which came back from China, and they claimed that nothing wrong with it. And all they did was a firmware update on the software side of it, and had a test of it, but they reckoned there was nothing wrong with it. And well, I would argue that there was, but anyway, up to them. But obviously, for me, if it's not working, then it's not much good. And obviously now we're testing the sound as well, the audio aspect of this, with the Rode mic and the Zoom H1 as we sit in the rain. We're actually under the porch, so we're okay. I'm going to see if it actually eases off a little bit. And, otherwise I can't load the thing back in the car, which is a bit annoying. Right then, so I think that's probably about it. We'll have to see if the rain stops, but I think that's enough testing for the gimbal. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this brief review of the Zoom H1, then don't forget, you know what to do. Give us a thumbs up and a like and a share, and come back again for another product review very soon. Thank you and bye for now.